guys, and welcome back. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was directed by Quentin Tarantino and stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. This is the 9th film to be directed by Quentin Tarantino, and it is also the first film not to be associated with producer Harvey Weinstein, after Tarantino cut ties with the Weinstein Company following sexual abuse allegations against Harvey Weinstein in October of 2017. Set in 1969, Rick Dalton, a faded television actor, and his stunt double Cliff Booth tries to strive and achieve fame and success in movies during the final years of Hollywood's golden age. I feel like this movie should be a lesson for all future actors and filmmakers. Getting into the positives, the acting was great. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's chemistry was pretty good. They played buddies, but at the same time, one was a stunt double and the other one was an actor. But they still helped each other out, especially the stunt double would act like DiCaprio's character's chauffeur and bodyguard and all that other stuff, while keeping their work relationship professional. So I like that aspect of it. Rick Dalton, played by DiCaprio, he's just wanting to be something greater, better. He's been acting since like the 50s, I believe, in this one TV show. So he's all he's wanting to do is strive for more fame. And his stunt double, played by Pitt, is wanting more acting jobs or more stunt jobs. So it's basically about these two guys who struggle in Hollywood. But it is a comedy though, so a lot of it is a little silly. But yeah, their performances was pretty good. And you got these small roles by Al Pacino, Margaret Robbie, Timothy Olyphant, and Kurt Russell. They added something to the mixture of this film, and I really liked it. What can I say about the score? Well, there really isn't one. It consists of mostly 60s music, believe it or not. There's not really a traditional movie score that I could spot with this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole time, the whole 2 hours and 40 minutes I was in there, I don't think it had a score of its own. The movie itself, that is. But all I heard was 60s music. And this was set in the 60s, so who knew? It was good for what that was. The comedy was funny. It wasn't that raunchy. This movie is rated R. It's got some cussing in it, but that's about all you get. There's like maybe one or two raunchy parts in it that deals with the comedy, but it's not as bad as other films that I've seen. Quentin Tarantino, I don't really follow him that much. The last movie I remember him doing was Django Unchained, which was pretty decent. I don't really watch his movies that much, but what I do know is every time I do watch one of his movies, he's got a certain style about him. Just like Tim Burton has with his, Quentin Tarantino, he likes doing this old 60s way of filmmaking. And I'm not saying this movie was filmed like the Grindhouse, but it does have a style about it. And he always picks stories to where it's set in those olden days, which I don't have a problem with. But I'm just saying, it just seems that's where Quentin Tarantino is at his movie career, which is not a bad thing at all. He's got his own style. And you got some 60s culture in this. You got this whole side plot with the Manson family. And it took me a little while to figure that out, but as soon as I got home and started researching it, and then I was like, okay, I thought that looked familiar. You see this whole scene, I'm not ruining anything, where his followers are getting ready to wreck Hovac. And then I was scratching my head when I was watching the movie. I was like, that looks so familiar. Is this supposed to be Manson? Lo and behold, it was. And it was pretty hilarious. What happens in the movie, which I won't get away, didn't happen in real life. As I said before, this is like I guess you could call it like a parody movie. Like a comedy parody movie, but not really. It's not like the Leslie Nielsen version of it, but it's like a different version of it. But like I said, that whole side plot, like I said, it just took me a little while to figure that out, because I knew it looked familiar when it popped up to me on the screen. I mean, you even got a Bruce Lee wannabe character in this. I mean, come on. This movie is kind of like a documentary, especially when it starts out. It's about struggling actors who is just trying to strive for fame. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, even by the title, you can tell it is a movie within a movie. And those types of movies should be like near and dear to all of us movie fanatics' hearts, because you actually see certain scenes where they actually act on set. And I'm not saying that everything that went down in this movie actually goes down in real life. I have no idea. I'm not a filmmaker. But it is really interesting to think about when you're watching this movie. You're watching a movie where they're making a movie within a movie. That's all I can say. It's like you're basically watching a filmmaking experience within a movie, but adding comedy to it as well. Lots of filmmaking points. And on to my negatives. Sadly, the pacing was a little bit too slow. This movie clocks in at 2 hours and 41 minutes, and that's including the end credits. I just felt like some of the scenes in this wasn't really that necessary. It kind of dragged on. Now, I know a movie like this, kind of expect it, but I don't see why the movie can't be the same and have some of these scenes, which I won't mention, just cut out. And I felt like that could have helped it a little bit. It would have been the same, but the pacing would have been better. But that's my take on it. My final thoughts, it was a cool and funny way to show how Hollywood was back in those days. The whole way of living over there. I know it's not easy. I've never been over there, but I know it is really hard to strive for something like that. And that's what this movie pretty much told. I'm giving this film a B+. So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, what did you think about it? Leave me your thoughts down below. Stay tuned for more videos and reviews coming soon to a cell phone or a computer screen near you. Peace the rep out.